So, I watched She-Hulk, and it was definitely Marvel's laziest product so far. This will be a spoiler-filled review, by the way, so if you, for whatever reason, want to watch this show, don't. It's bad. Don't watch this video. On paper, this could be a good show. A comedic superhero lawyer that has to deal with legal situations that superheroes would find themselves into. What could be fun. I've never read any of it, but the She-Hulk comic is well loved, so clearly they were doing something right. Despite the concept of the show being a superhero lawyer comedy, and the name of the show being She-Hulk Attorney at Law, there are barely any courtroom scenes in the show because, as the writers admitted, they can't write them. Now, why would you hire a team that can't write courtroom scenes to write a courtroom show? I have no idea. Well, even if there aren't courtroom scenes, it's a sitcom, so maybe it's funny just in general. It's not. There were a few gags that I thought were funny, but they were like 10 to 15 of them throughout the whole 9 episodes of the show. The show never takes things far enough to truly reach comedy. The only real jokes in the show are acknowledging how wacky a situation is, like the typical Marvel humor. And this has tons of fourth wall breaks, all of which are terrible, none of which are funny, that are so condescending, where it's basically She-Hulk turning to the camera and explaining what's going on like she's Dora the Explorer and you're a 5-year-old. And they just shouldn't have been in the show. They were terrible and not funny. The villains of the show involve internet culture. They are an influencer and incels who hate She-Hulk. Both of these, on paper, are funny concepts. Unfortunately, this show has the same issue that nearly all shows and episodes involving the internet have. It's written by people who don't understand internet culture, or really just how the internet works in general. To parody a group of people effectively, you need to know a lot about that group of people. If you know almost nothing about the group of people you're making fun of, all your jokes will be surface level and not very clever. All you can do is go, oh, incels are kinda weird, aren't they? Oh, they hate women. Isn't that weird? Oh, influencers are really vain. Wow, great observations, She-Hulk writing staff. You really cut to the core of the zeitgeist of what everyone's talking about right now. You truly, sir, have won the internet. The laziness of this show is incredible. The decision to make She-Hulk completely CGI is so stupid and lazy that it's on a whole nother level. She is just a normal person that is green. Why is she entirely CGI? It looks terrible. Just paint someone green. Find a really tall lady and paint her green. Between this, the No Way Home apartment, and the Nick Fury gun, the next Marvel movie is just gonna look like a Final Fantasy cutscene. All of the characters in this show are terrible. Either they are underdeveloped or just annoying. Jennifer Walters / She-Hulk, an incredibly annoying character that has the most generic personality. This show is like you had an AI write a sitcom and then went back and edited it to put it in the Marvel universe. So Jennifer Walters is just very generic, never says anything funny. Then she has a best friend character who, aside from her first name, we learn nothing about. She has no life outside of her job and the main character. Abomination did have some funny parts, but I think that was just by accident because the concept is so funny. The other thing I actually thought was really funny was Mr. Immortal. It would have been a lot funnier if it was gory, and obviously they're not going to do that in a Marvel thing. The absolute worst episode of the show is the finale, which has a vintage opening in the style of the old Hulk show. For no reason. It's not like the show has been experimenting with different styles up until this point, or it's an adaptation of her life, or it's related to anything going on at all. It's just in the show for some reason. But the end of the show is She-Hulk escaping her show and talking to the writers and complaining about how it's a cliche Marvel thing. And it has the biggest circle jerk of all time. I have never seen someone jerk themselves off so hard as Kevin Feige does in his finale, where he is an omnipotent robot who just creates the greatest works of art ever when he makes Marvel movies. And it's just embarrassing. Like, dude, you're not Van Gogh. This ending scene also has a joke about keeping the effects budget down because the VFX teams are already moving on to the next project, which I hate the way Hollywood makes VFX artists the butt of the joke when they literally wouldn't have a product without them. Like, they're overworked and crunched and just this shitty situation, and you're still gonna make fun of it. Despite my ranting and raving, She-Hulk is mostly boring for most of it. It's not the rise of the Antichrist like some people are making out to be. It's just a generic bad sitcom with a Marvel coat of paint over it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content and comment below what your favorite Marvel TV show is. And I have a very special announcement. I have made a Patreon in honor of getting 1,000 subscribers. The lowest level is $1. You'll get your name in the credits and you'll get one exclusive video a week. These exclusive videos are stuff that is not algorithm friendly for YouTube. So movies I've seen that either came out a long time ago or relatively recently, thoughts on video games I'm playing, and just random stuff. Right now you can hear my thoughts on X, Choose or Die, Uncharted, and Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I plan on making more varied content, more that time on Pokemon, video essays. I want to do a series about bad reality shows and weird episodes of TV, make some video game reviews, just much more varied content. So you can support me by just subscribing and commenting and liking and showing the video to every single person you know and all that stuff. Thanks for watching. I couldn't have made it to 1,000 subscribers without you.